Sam with OEM Plus here with an installation video on our Maverick 8-inch to 12-inch upgrade. Today we're doing a base to 12-inch upgrade, but the Lariat Lux has a very similar disassembly. The only tool needed is a 7mm socket, but having trim removal tools will make the process easier. Start by popping out the upper trim behind your factory screen using a trim removal tool. Remove the 3 7mm screws holding the factory screen in place. Remove the factory screen by pulling rearwards forcefully. Remove the factory display plug and set the factory display aside. Remove the audio control panel by pulling straight out. Unplug the electrical connector and set aside. Check to see if there is a screw in the center below the audio controls. Most vehicles do not have this screw, but if you have it, remove it. Next, pull backwards on the HVAC panel to get it to unclip. Trim removal tools can be helpful with this step. Swing the HVAC panel down and out of the way. Unplug the electrical connections from your factory ACM. Remove the wiring harness retainer clips on each side by pulling. Once all wires are out of the way, remove the 4 7mm screws and remove the ACM. Remove your factory display cable and replace with the new display cable, starting with the pink end on top and finishing with the blue end down through the dash. You can reuse the factory retaining clip for the original display cable. Take our harness and plug it into your factory ACM connector. Remove the sticky tape from the APIM bracket and then plug the large 54-pin connector from our harness and the GPS extension cable into the APIM. Move the APIM partially under the dash and plug the USB and display cables into it. Following the video, or picture in our installation guide, press the APIM firmly into place. Optionally, use self-tapping screws through the holes in the APIM bracket to ensure that the APIM does not fall down in the future. Once the APIM is placed, carefully slide the new ACM into place. It is a little bit tricky to get the USB cable around the ACM. Once into place, replace the 4 screws and the wiring harness retaining pins. Plug the 2 connectors from our harness into the ACM with the black connector on the right and gray connector on the left. Plug the GPS extension cable into your original GPS antenna connector. Lastly, run the screen power cable up to the top of the dash. Put the HVAC panel back into place. Pay attention to where the HVAC panel mounts at the top and make sure those retaining pins get into place. Replace the screw above the HVAC panel if removed, and then reinstall the audio panel. Now we're ready to install the display. Place the trim piece around the rear of the display with the locating pins facing away from the display. Plug the 2 electrical connectors into the display. Press the display in its place on the dash and put the screws in. Push lightly on the display to make sure it is fully seated in its spot. Keep pressing lightly while tightening the display screws. Lastly, pop the top dash trim piece back into place and enjoy Sync 4.